Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to cover a few different subjects all relating to energy. We're going to talk a little bit about high voltage electrolysis. I was taught that over 400 volts electrolysis at low current is the most efficient way to extract hydrogen and separate it from the oxygen molecule, the two atoms that are needed for a perfect stoichiometric equal balance complete burn, right? So when we think of gasoline and petrol that has carbon attached in there, carbon does nothing, right? It does nothing good. And we don't even want carbon coming out of the vehicle. That's why a lot of people call H2O the perfect fuel, right? Because it's just what you need, hydrogen and oxygen. Gasoline, petrol has carbon attached in there. But what does carbon do? Study that. Carbon does nothing. In fact, it gets in the engine, makes a mess. It's in the air, it's pumped through the engine, and we have combustion byproducts. Okay, so for very efficient electrolysis, my research and study indicate, and my education in science has presented itself in a way that says high voltage, low current is the most efficient. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. This is just for informational purposes only, right? Okay, moving forward. I am interested in testing that though. Like, what if I go way beyond 400 volts? What if I go to like thousands of volts, right? Like 10,000 or 20,000 volts at milliamps. What happens? It's just strictly as a thought experiment. What happens to the efficiency of the cell, right? And can I use a different kind of cell? Can I use like a small tubes, very small tubes, instead of like a really big cell like that? Can I use something very small? It takes up less space. Like maybe really long tubes and tubes within tubes, right? But the outer tube is only like an inch big or not that big, right? So then I have like 3 of these big long tubes in the vehicle, and then having like a water reservoir off to the side that keeps those full, right? And then when the bubbles come out, they go into the engine. But how much bubbles are really needed to help fuel burn cleaner, right? If we're just kind of like trying to increase the efficiency of the combustion process. Because if I recall correctly, orthohydrogen is which is what we have coming from the HHO cell. I'm just calling it HHO because that's one of the ways it's described. I know there's like a perfect proper way to say it, but I'm just going to call it HHO for the moment. If I recall correctly, hydrogen burns 7 to 9 times faster than petrol, right? And is 2.5 times more powerful. The combustion is more powerful than gasoline, petrol, right? So it can help it can help that combustion process by permeating the gasoline molecule, right? The gasoline petrol molecule. Okay, and then here we have a gravity field generator, tachyon or G field generator, right? 27 to 100 plus times the speed of light. This is supposed to be a spaceship design. John Bedini was experimenting with this. Can also be used to charge batteries, which is what I would like to do with it. Imagine charging a battery at 27 to 100 times the speed of light. That sounds good to me. I don't know if that can actually be done, but anything we set our mind to can be achieved. So maybe this is just inspiration for the next battery charger, right? But notice the opposites here, south and north and south. Okay, now these are all connected. These coils are all connected, and then these slip rings, I think they're called, where the brushes touch, are where the energy comes away. This is a rotor that spins, and this rotor here has to be a non-ferrous metal, and this is ferrous metal that the coils are on, and these are magnets here. We're also going to look at extraterrestrial perpetual motion machines, but before I get to that, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this system here, which is, I'm sorry, not this system, but this definition here of perpetual motion. We're going to look at this again. We're going to look at what is perpetual motion. What does the inventor mean when he makes a system and he says it doesn't have to be plugged in? And why do people immediately say, why do some people say, oh, you're trying to say there's a perpetual motion, and there's no such thing as that? Well, actually, my research and study indicate that not only is perpetual motion possible and been achieved many, many times, But the first thing we need to look at is the meaning of the word. So inventors, when an inventor says that they're not putting any energy into their system, where would you think the energy is coming from? Do you think that the system is making its own energy, or do you think it's coming from the environment? Right, that's a good thing to think about. Because from what I can see, the inventors are always saying that the environment is powering their system, right? And they use words like tachyon waves, gravity waves, virtual particle flux fields, cosmic energy, dark energy, dark matter, Dirac sea, right? DIRAC SEA, Dirac sea, a sea of energy, a sea of electrons, right? The Heaviside component, right? The Oliver Heaviside component. There's many words that describe the infinite cosmic energy everywhere that pervades all space, right? Including the space right here in the palm of my hand, right? Enough energy to power the planet without end in this space right here. So it's always to ask, tell me more, help me understand. It's never to say, I'm going to tell you what you did, right? And that's what people seem to do. A lot of people seem to do that. The internet has a lot of that on there. As soon as someone says, oh, look, I made I have this system running and I don't have to have it plugged in. I unplugged it and it still runs. And then immediately someone says, that's perpetual motion, and perpetual motion can't be done for many reasons. And the two reasons are that the claim by the bully, I'm going to call it an intelligence bully, who's someone who's against someone learning more, right? Because to learn about how things continue to go and continue running and are powered by the environment, it requires more study and more learning. That's why I'm saying that. But the claim is that people say, well, I've studied everything and I know everything, and I know that perpetual motion is not possible. But they're not even asking, not even interested in the fact that the inventor isn't claiming that their system doesn't need maintenance, and is not claiming that their system is not being powered by the nature's open super system, right? So the claim is always, or it's not even a claim, it's a presentation. They're presenting the facts of, the inventor presents the facts of, this machine is running off of cosmic energy, and it will need bearings and regular oil and maintenance as needed, right? And that's always, from everything I've seen, that's always been the presentation, right? And the bullies are trying to reframe it, right? Meaning define and change the meaning of what the inventor is trying to show by saying they're claiming that nothing powers their system. They're claiming that you never have to maintain it. And that's never the claim. I've never seen that, not once. So that's perversion right there, right? It's to cause harm to someone. And it's to interfere with the learning process, and it's trying to shut down the learning process. Why do that? Why? There's no reason. That's a rhetorical question. I don't want that question answered because I'm not interested in it. I don't want someone to convince me to stop learning. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in learning more. And that's what we're all here to do. We're all here to learn more, right? Not to go around telling people, stop learning, stop now, stop. Don't think you can do anything. That's not what we're here for. I'm going to read through this and I'm going to talk about it while I'm reading it. This is something that has recently been written, and it's about the meaning of the word perpetual motion. It says, thought experiment, the meaning of the word perpetual motion. Right, so if we just go on Google and we look up perpetual motion, do you think we're going to see anyone saying, oh, well, what they mean is it's powered by cosmic energy. You know, the energy that John Bedini spoke of, Tom Bearden spoke of, but Richard Feynman, Nobel Prize winner and Caltech professor, Richard Feynman, right? This man knew his science, and he said that there's enough energy in a cubic centimeter of space to power the world. Okay, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what there is. We could power the whole planet with the space that a sugar cube exists in. And how long do you think you could power the whole planet for? Endlessly, because space rejuvenates itself instantly. That's what it does. There's no end to how much energy is in a cubic centimeter of space. In fact, it replenishes itself. If you read a lot and study a lot, you're going to learn all this, right? But if you walk around just shutting people down instead of studying more and trying to shut people down, it's not working, right? It doesn't stop anyone. It makes them try harder. But it's not good to bully people, right? It's mean to do that. It's not polite. And someone can say, oh, well, it's not about being polite. I'm just trying to save someone a waste of time. What? That's like telling someone, don't get your degree because you shouldn't get a degree. You shouldn't get educated. Now, we know there's different ways to achieve a career. And some people that already know what they want to do have gone right for their career. Or they went to school for a few semesters, a few days, a year, 2 years. Didn't necessarily get their degree, but they still did well, right? Because they knew what they wanted to do. And sometimes teachers will encourage students to do that. They'll say, no, you know what? This isn't the only way. Go for it. You know what you want to do? Go do it. But that's not what's being said. What's being said is people are being made fun of, called names, right? Which is intolerable, right? YouTube doesn't tolerate that. There's no bullying allowed. So, but what we want to do is promote thinking, promote learning, and promote collaboration and promote working together. That's what it's all about, okay? So no more bullying. And I want to see all those comments on Google. Google needs to catch up. What I mean when I say Google, I don't mean Google the company. I mean, when we do a search on Google, there needs to be an overwhelming number of posts, like most of them, right? A 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, where we're seeing, oh yeah, this is what was meant by that. We just have to learn more. We have to study more. We have to read more books. We have to read the books from the people that are creating these machines and sharing the information, the philosophy, the theories, right? So let's read this. The meaning of the word perpetual motion, threw away the good. So what does that mean, threw away the good? Good means perpetual motion machine requires maintenance. While overstepping its reach to perfection, and then in parentheses, the perfect perpetual motion machine is not permitted to receive regular maintenance, nor any maintenance ever. Who said that? I've never heard of an inventor say that. But the bullies will say, well, that's what they mean. That's what they mean. Even though no one ever said that. So when does all this stop? When does all the bullying stop? Right? When do people stop being mean on the internet? We're way past that. The internet's it's meant as a tool for collaboration, for working together, right? That's what the internet's for. It's for working together. Okay? Let's use it that way so we can build things together. Now, people could make, they can say, oh, well, people are paid to say that. That's their job. I don't know about that. I mean, what? Like, we're here to work together, okay? That's the best job we can do, is collaborate. That's the job, okay? And there's unlimited positions open. There's 8 billion positions open, right? 8 billion positions open. Let's do this. Let's work together. Let's build things. Okay, it says, the perfect perpetual motion machine is not permitted to receive regular maintenance, nor any maintenance ever. Who said? A perpetual motion machine just means it's not plugged into the wall to work. It might be plugged in to make it first start, and then you unplug it and it keeps going. It needs oil, it needs maintenance, it's going to need parts, just like all other mechanical things. And it's getting its energy from the environment. Cosmic energy, virtual particle flux fields, 0 point energy, vacuum energy, tachyon waves, gravity waves, dark energy, dark matter, Dirac sea. Many, many words. I don't know all the words, but those are just a couple of the words. It's coming from the energy-rich environment everywhere, pervades all space, right? Okay, where were we? Although the universe maintains itself... Okay, let's see. Although the universe maintains itself or is self-maintaining, if the universe is self-maintained and its energy cannot be destroyed nor created, and the universe is a closed system, then it appears that the universe is a perfect perpetual motion machine. I mean, okay, so I was told that the universe is a closed system, doesn't get its energy from anywhere else, like we know that, right? But okay, if we go with that train of thought, the energy can't be destroyed or created. The universe is a closed system. It sounds like right there we're talking about a perfect perpetual motion machine, right? One that is self-maintaining. And humans, we're not even trying to make a perfect self-maintaining perpetual motion machine. We're trying to make a regular machine that just keeps running off of cosmic energy. Now, if you go on Google, Google will say that the universe is not a perpetual motion system, right? And it'll have reasons for that. But none of that makes any sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand it because I haven't seen where someone can say something in simple words. Like Einstein said, if you could put it in simple words, you really get it. And I'm able to put this idea in simple words. To me, this is simple words, right? When I cannot put something in simple words, I wonder why that is. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? It doesn't make sense to me why people are bullying people because they want them to stop learning, and then they're telling them they're stupid and aren't learning enough. Do you see that doesn't make sense? But that's just a bully. That's what bullies do in school. Everyone went through that. When the smart people get bullied more because they're so focused on education, they may not know how to defend themselves, protect themselves. And then when we grow up, we start learning how to do that. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to protect everyone, including the bullies. I want you guys to stop picking on people, and I want you to become leaders of education. Because I've been told by many people that these people that are bullying people can actually learn about how things work in a larger way, and then become people that will actually start putting the correct information out there because they'll get it, right? It's just a matter of not understanding it, right? But I'm not making these videos for any particular person. These videos are just my sharing my experience of what I'm thinking about. And when I go on Google and I say, well, I want to figure out where the electron gets its charge from. I want to figure out how matter is created. I want to figure out all these different things, right? And I can't get one simple answer that makes any sense to me. And I say, well, I'm going to have to keep reading because I'm not going to find the answer here. In one answer I got, it said, you're going to have to study this for years. So there's no way to get just like a simple description of what's going on. I have to study something for years, like a whole body of knowledge for years before I can understand. Like, to me, I just feel like that doesn't seem right to me, And why am I not hearing anyone clarifying the difference between perpetual motion, what the inventor means, and perpetual motion, what the bully means? That hasn't been distinguished, or if it has, I haven't seen it. Because that's a big distinction. It's very important to distinguish that. Okay, let's see, where were we? However, if the universe is an open system, if the universe is self-maintained and its energy cannot be destroyed nor created, and the universe is a closed system, then it appears that the universe is a perfect perpetual motion machine. Now, someone can say, oh, no, you have to read all this other stuff, all these other theories. It'll explain it, why that's not right. I'm just saying, If it's a closed system, you can't destroy or create energy. I'm just telling you, I'm just breaking it down to simple words. Okay? And it's looking to me like the universe is a perpetual motion machine, just looking at it with my own, through my own experience. Okay, but if it does get its energy from somewhere else, which is, I do think it does, because I think there's many universes, right? And I think the universes all relate to one another. And I think they somehow probably power one another. The energy kind of flows from one universe to another. It makes sense. Probably like in an infinity symbol, right? Okay, where were we? Then it appears that the universe is a perfect perpetual motion machine. However, if the universe is an open system, which means it receives its energy from somewhere else, then it is a good perpetual motion machine. This is quite interesting indeed. So either way, it's perpetual, right? Either way, just according to what it looks like to me, just looking at it with the given information, you know, that I'm finding. I vote for good, and I vote for experimenting with good replication of the way in which nature utilizes good energy flow. The inappropriate and perverse overstepped reach for perfection threw away the entire energetic universe, and said that only the perpetual motion machine itself is permitted to exist, stating that the perpetual motion machine is not permitted to be powered by the perpetual wheelworks of nature's open supersystem. I vote for keeping the universe into the equation. In order to be perpetual, all perpetual machines must be powered by nature's infinite possibility, infinite inevitability universe. Right, a famous scientist has said that given enough time, all things are inevitable, right? So it's our job to be responsible with humanity and to create the good things that are good for humanity, right? In order to be perpetual, all perpetual machines must be powered by nature's infinite possibility, infinite inevitability universe. It is the nature of infinite potential, the very essence of the nature of infinite symbiotic energy flow. Infinite symbiotic energy flow potential equals the entire material universe and infinitely beyond, is powered by empty space, cosmic energy, virtual particle flux fields, gravity waves, tachyon waves, dark energy, dark matter, infinite simultaneous zero-point fields, Dirac C, while simultaneously cosmic energy, zero-point fields, virtual particle flux fields, dark energy, dark matter, gravity waves, tachyon waves, Dirac C, are theorized to be powered directly by the energy that is the material universe. Actual, potential, and actual real. In this instance, potential equals actual, and potential and actual equal infinity, actually. What shall we create today? I hope you have a wonderful day. Wonderful equals full of wonder. Okay, so we're going to get to we're going to look at what we'll do is we'll have a look at the extraterrestrial perpetual motion machine. And again, this is a perpetual motion machine that is powered by cosmic energy, okay? And that is an endless supply of energy. So let's see where this begins. I'm not going to read all this, but I'll show it, so if you want to read it, you can look at this. Hopefully you can see this. But this is sharing very detailed information about how things work in accordance with, well, what they're sharing is their knowledge and wisdom. An analog model, it says. Okay? Let's see what came before this. Iarga greets the earth. We wish you courage and trust. That's very nice. I like that. The analog model. Introduction. Okay, so I do recommend that you get this book, and this is available on audiobook. But the audiobook's not going to have the diagrams, for example, of the free energy perpetual motion machine. Again, I have to clarify this because the internet has not caught up to the meaning that the inventor means every single time, 100% of the time, when they say that the perpetual motion machine does require maintenance and does require cosmic energy to be powered. Even this perpetual machine here in this book from the Iargans that they shared with us, they say it's powered by cosmic energy. Okay? So this whole thing with, being intelligence bullies, I'm calling it, and people that go on the internet and say, you can't have a machine that doesn't need work ever and nothing powers it, right? Nothing powers it? Who said that? I've never heard someone say that nothing powers something. It's always coming from the environment. The inventor doesn't always know the words, and they'll say the energy's coming from somewhere. So it's very important to understand that when we're here to collaborate and work together, we can build a lot more together. We can do a lot more. So the question is, do you want to build or do you want to destroy? And just because destroying is said by some to be easier to do, is that really what you want? Just to do, like, oh, it's easy to destroy something, it's hard to build something. But look, destroying feels terrible. In building together, there's no feeling greater than that, than working together to building together, right? Working together to build something. That's the greatest feeling. It's like over unity. It's like free energy, right? It feels really good to work together and to collaborate and to encourage others. And if that's true, which it is, then what is this idea of changing what inventors mean? People that are trying to help humanity and saying, oh, they're claiming that nothing powers their system. They're claiming that their system never needs maintenance, when they never say that. It's changing their words entirely, right? It's entirely changing their words and the meaning. So we're looking at what's called the analog model. And I do hope this book, all these books, are republished, because this is very, very important. This is very important, right? I'm so grateful that this has been shared with us. The Iargans have shared this with us. Wouldn't it be great to see a movie where, like, that told this story in this book and showed how they live on their planet in peace with one another, instead of just these movies where the aliens are coming and they're monsters that want to kill us and hurt us. I mean, what I see is, I see whatever we do to each other on the planet, like destroying each other with weapons, we say that that's what the aliens would do to us, right? It's like, I think that's called projection. So what we do to ourselves as a world, we say that extraterrestrials would come here and do that to us. Which is very strange, because in actuality, when you study a lot about extraterrestrial life, they actually do everything they can to prevent us from destroying the planet and destroying ourselves. They do everything they can. Just as we would, wouldn't we do that? We would do that. If we could help other planets, wouldn't we do that? Wouldn't we help them to not just, if they were trying to destroy themselves? So what are we doing? How do we help our own planet? That's the question. It's done in everything we do, the thoughts we have, our values. We can just remember that every breath we take is an opportunity to be on that path of creating a new life, a life of collaboration, working together, building together, right? Building together. Every breath we take is an opportunity. Some people say every day is a new day, right? And it is. But we don't have to wait for the next day to change our life. Our next breath can be that new life. Our next breath can be that new life right now. And always ask yourself that question when you're thinking about something you're going to do, right? Before, let's say a bully is going to go on the internet and bully some people, right? That are trying to learn about science and go beyond what we know and what we're familiar with. And what if the bully could say something encouraging and not be a bully anymore, but be an advocate of learning, right? An advocate of encouraging people to go where no one has gone before, right? In the imagination. Anything we can imagine, we can make. John Searle created the faster than the speed of light starship, right? Intergalactic starship, warp drive system. John Searle, from his imagination, not from school. He didn't go to school to learn that. It was in his dreams. Okay, so that's it there. That's the end of Argan discussion. So I do encourage getting this book for yourself. I mean, the audiobook, I don't think there's many copies left. I don't know how many copies are left of this, but just remember, we have all the solutions ourselves, but they're also being shared with us. You could see the wisdom in this being. Look at the kindness. Like, I just see kindness, wisdom, compassion. That's what I sense looking at this photo. See the love? That's love. I think of that as love. I don't know if they call it love, but I would imagine they do. Just being loving. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I want to share in this video. I can mention the Mithernitha Testotica machine. We could read this as well. Let's go ahead and read the Mithernitha Testotica machine here. Okay. This powers a community. I think it's in Switzerland. Okay, a community in Switzerland, I believe it is, if I recall correctly, is powering their city with this machine that looks like a Wimshurst machine, but it's made a little bit differently. It has a little bit larger capacitors. It has some magnets in it, which I think is where the energy is coming from. The two magnets. It's coming from two, like, not horseshoe, but angled magnets that look kind of like a horseshoe, but they're closer together. And I'm not sure how that works exactly, but Don Smith talked about magnets and extracting energy directly from magnets. So I do think that that system is just really using the Wimshurst counter-rotating wheels to, I think it's using the Wimshurst machine counter-rotating wheels to excite the magnets, and then the magnets are flowing energy from the zero-point field, vacuum, tachyon waves, virtual particle flux fields. I think that's what's happening. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. It says, thought experiment. If the Wimshurst free energy machine is interesting to you, it may also be interesting to study the Methernitha testatica. I'm going to spell that for you. Well, let's zoom in on here and we'll get the spelling. M-E-T-H-E-R. I don't know why my phone's doing that. M-E-T-H-E-R-N-I-T-H-A. And then testatica is T-E-S-T-A-T-I-K-A device. So let's read this now. If the Wimshurst free energy machine is interesting to you, it may also be interesting to study the Methernitha testatica device. The inventive community appears to offer an open invitation for the world to mature to a point by which this technology would harmonize with the present world, rather than be in contrast to the harmonizing philosophy by which this machine operates. The Methernitha testatica machine is powered by the limitless, peaceful coexistence of the nature of unlimited potential. John Wheeler and Nobel Prize winner Richard Feynman taught of the unlimited potential of the nature of the space we breathe and call air. We already utilize this energy in every way unimaginable, because we should not be destroying each other with weapons. That's not what we're here for. We're here to collaborate. That's the meaning of life. Collaboration, love, respect, and the value, knowledge, wisdom, and moving forward, right? With medicine, science, and exploration. I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to repeat this over and over. I'm never going to stop repeating this. I'm going to keep saying it. Even if it's hundreds of thousands of times, millions of times. And hopefully I'll get better at saying it. Better and better. And I'm not going to stop talking about this. It's the most important thing we're here for. We already utilize this energy in every way unimaginable. The time has come to peacefully coexist with one another, a world community of peaceful coexistence, whereby solution-oriented worldwide collaboration is taught at the same time we learn to write our name and date onto our schoolwork. Education is everything. Education must include solution-oriented worldwide collaboration and realizing through education the value of life where everyone's needs can be met, because there really is enough for everyone. What shall we create today? I hope you have a wonderful day. And then added to this was note. I propose the entire mature world. Which includes everyone, contact the Methernitha community and request a small toy version of the Methernitha testatica machine to be created and made available for all students and world citizens throughout existence for purchase for the purpose of advancing scientific maturity beyond its infant stages and well into the mature stages of understanding the harmony of unlimited nature's existence. The toy machine may produce an excess output of between 1 watt and not to exceed 100 watts. This proposal is subject to modification, improvement, and reconsideration without end. 8 likes. So it's very important that we work together and that everyone that has ideas about what I'll just call free energy, it doesn't mean it's free, but it's very efficient use of energy, something that moves us forward in theories and principles, right? Moves us into new territory to create toys that demonstrate these new theories and principles. It doesn't have to be called a free energy toy, but it can be a science toy that gives us the tools to move forward. This is the most important thing right now in science, right alongside of medicine, science and medicine, right? Curing cancer, preventing cancer. But preventing cancer, we have to stop pumping combustion byproducts into the air. We have to stop polluting our water with nuclear waste, right? Nuclear waste has been buried all over the place, and it leaks into the water. It's in the oceans everywhere. It was dumped hundreds of thousands of drums, of barrels of nuclear waste. I read this in a book. It was dumped all throughout the ocean. That's leaking into the ocean. Has that been cleaned up? I haven't heard a word about that being cleaned up. Hundreds of thousands of barrels of nuclear waste. I mean, we just are destroying our environment. But we still need, so we need prevention, which is keeping the air clean, stop polluting our water with nuclear waste, right? And when someone says, oh, well, the nuclear power plants are safer now, but the question still remains, what's being done with the nuclear waste? And grinding it up and putting it in cement, called ash or something like that, I read about this, grinding it up and putting it in cement and putting it in the products that we buy, right? Grinding up the nuclear waste and putting it in products that we buy, that we build our homes with, that we build the roads with. That's still harming us, right? That's still harming us. So, so the nuclear reactor might not be what causes the problems, but if there's nuclear waste and it's being dispersed and distributed throughout our environment that we live in, how is that a solution, right? We have to look at the whole picture. And with nuclear, I'm looking at the waste. That's where I'm looking at. And we also look at, I think it's called nuclearhotseat.com. Let's look that up right now and see if that website is still going. Give one moment while I look this up. Okay, I'm just looking for this word. Give me a couple minutes. Nuclearhotseat.org. That's weird. The first time I looked for it, it was not showing at all. And then I did a new search, and it came up. That's very strange. The first time I looked for it, it wasn't showing anything at all. Okay, look at this page here for nuclear power. Nuclearhotseat.com. See this? Study this here. These people are 100% dedicated to what I'll just call like really deeply studying all aspects of something. And see that nuclear hot seat, and see how it's showing, it says no radioactivity. That's what I read that as. That's what that looks like to me. Sign up for weekly emails from Nuclear Hot Seat. We use cookies. So I'm going to say accept because I trust them. I've met these people and they're very, very committed to their research. So I'll go ahead. Yeah, I'm already subscribed. But Crime of Chernobyl. Yeah, this is really important. There's a lot of podcasts about awards and honors, media, contact, donate. Study this. I've been aware of this this group for many, many years, and I've met them, and they are dedicated to really understanding the real implications of what we're dealing with, not just a fantasy fiction, candy coated this or that. This is real life, right? Real lives here, real. Okay, so you got to look at the whole picture. Okay, so Nuclear Hot Seat looks at every aspect of what's going on. Very important. Okay, everyone, we'll see you in the next video. I hope you have a great day, and don't forget, it's all about collaboration and working together. What can we build together? What can we make together? Let's make things, right? Let's build things together. Okay, let's protect our environment, which protects us, right? If we destroy our environment will destroy us, and that's what's happening right now. We're destroying the environment, and then we're saying, oh, we need a cure for cancer. But the cancer numbers are so high because we've polluted our environment, our air, our water, our food. Our food is directly affected by water and air pollution, right? Directly affected. And we're pumping these combustion byproducts into the air continuously, right? And California got real strict on that and said no gasoline cars from 2025 on, no new sales of gasoline cars. Let's stick to that original goal. That was the original goal. Let's stick to that because that date got pushed back, but we can honor that original date. We can all honor that, right? I have micromobility now that I'm using to get around. So you can still have your car, but you can get micromobility, which can be a bicycle, electric bike, scooter, electric scooter. Look into micromobility. See what that is. See if that can help. If that can be an option for you, right? This might be a way of transitioning away from pumping combustion byproducts into the air, right? Because everyone counts. Everyone makes a difference. We're all builders of community. All of us are. Okay, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye. And don't forget, look up nuclearhotseat.com and share that with all your friends and people that you meet and know. Everyone deserves to know about this because everyone wants to know what's going on, right? Okay, this is going to help us understand what's happening with our environment. Okay, bye everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.